Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about LCX. So with that being said, let's just dive in and let's start off with the overall price chart. So today we are sitting at about roughly almost 6.5 cents. In the last couple months, we have seen a little bit of a nice growth for LCX going all the way back to around December. We've seen a nice spike in January all the way up to about roughly almost 16 or so cents. It was a great move off of the lows of about roughly 3 cents. And recently we came down to about almost like 5 cents with a spike up to about almost 7.5 cents. So we've been watching LCX for a while. I do think that the chart overall looks pretty decent here. I'm going to go over a few buy levels that I've been looking at. But for the most part, I do think that as we look at exchanges in the space, a lot of these major exchanges are seeing a lot of pressure being put on them, especially around regulatory problems. Remember, LCX was classified as a security token in the US by the SEC. A lot of people have been asking me, Nick, does this matter? Does this push you away from LCX? No, absolutely not. I've talked about this many times in the past. I don't care about what the SEC says. The SEC gives us incredible opportunities to buy some of these tokens on the low, and LCX was one of them that I was buying from about roughly 5 cents all the way down to 3 cents. And as we do look at exchanges today, like Binance, Coinbase, all of these other major exchanges, they're all getting targeted. They are all being scrutinized. And when we look at a lot of those exchange tokens like BNB or even other ones, right? We've talked about other tokens in this space around the exchange area, like even Crow and stuff like that. A lot of them hit massive valuations in the billions of dollars. As we look at LCX today, LCX has a market cap of less than $50 million. It is sitting at about roughly $49.4 million in market cap. That is absolutely nothing compared to some of these other exchange tokens. I'm not saying off of just market cap alone that LCX is a great buy. No, I believe that LCX is a great token simply because of what's happening around regulations, especially within exchanges. As we look at LCX today, there is two levels that I have been very, very interested in. One was about roughly 3 cents. It was like 2.29 or so. It was the resistance levels of June of 2021. And we were able to buy there. We were actually able to buy there heavy for about roughly, it was about like a week or so. And then the second level is 4.5 cents. This has been a level that's been support. It's also been a level that's been resistance. And I have been buying these ranges. I believe that we might be able to get another bid down here. We might get one last shot at this level. But I do expect us to possibly trade around this level for a little bit of time and then finally get that liftoff that everyone wants. Now at this time, when we do get that liftoff, we will most likely blow past that 16 cent resistance zone. There's quite a bit of resistance up here at around like roughly 14 cents. So watch that level closely when we do start to break out for a major rejection. We also have to clear the recent high at about roughly 8 cents before we do start talking about some of those higher valuations. But I am expecting us to get that 4.5 cent test at some point in time. And when we do, it's going to be a great buy area for LCX long term, in my opinion. Of course, not financial advice. But as we do look at what's happening around Binance, just recently on July 6th, we did see Binance plunges into crisis as senior executives quit over CEO CZ response to Justice Department investigation. So you guys are probably all aware of the FUD campaign that CZ has been putting out in terms of just for. So he talks about this for a while, but the thing is that we've seen these sort of pushes back against like regulations. Especially even with FTX, right? A lot of these exchanges, come and go. Binance has been around. Binance has been around for a while, going all the way back to 2017, 2018. I remember when they exploded onto the spot. They were huge even back then at launch. And it's because of where they are centered out on. It's because of the clientele that they have. They are a huge exchange. They will most likely continue to be a huge exchange, but there is a lot of pressure on them. There's also a lot of pressure on Coinbase and Gemini and other exchanges. Here we have staff is not happy. Well, it doesn't really matter in terms of the staff. But what is concerning is a lot of these exchanges are being targeted by the SEC and regulators. And I think, like I said, there's a lot of pressure on these exchanges right now. Remember, this space doesn't have regulations around exchanges. Like, exchanges don't have a proper regulator within crypto yet. But when they do, what's going to happen then? As we look at what's happening over in Liechtenstein, we do see Liechtenstein adapts blockchain laws to developing crypto landscape. This is great to see in terms of regulations around this area. This happened on May 1st. Following this, we did see that they want to become a center of innovation and investment in the crypto space, and they are actually right on par with that. They have been very crypto friendly as well, and we do see that Liechtenstein is small and nimble, no doubt informs how it has embraced forward thinking about digital assets. And we also do see still one can't help but notice the contrast with how regulation and legalities concerning the space have unfolded in the United States, which of course isn't small or nimble. This is an industry crying out for cogent regulation and one that isn't getting it. Liechtenstein provides an example of how to approach digital assets in a way that recognizes they're here to stay and folds them into the existing ecosystem. And yeah, this is exactly why I've been focused on LCX, because they are centered around Liechtenstein, and they have been granted licenses around regulations within operating an exchange. Also, their tokenized bonds. Their tokenized bonds are a big thing, and guess what? They already have money flowing through that. And for those that don't know what I'm talking about, it's okay. Back in, I think it was like around January, actually, they announced tokenized bonds on LCX. And we do see tokenized bonds are revolutionizing the world of finance by bringing the benefits of blockchain technology to traditional fixed income securities. In this thread, we'll explore some of the key benefits of tokenized bonds. What do you see? Tokenized bonds make investing in fixed income securities more accessible to a broader range of investors with lower entry barriers, fractional ownership, and reduced intermediaries, thus democratizing access to bond markets. Traditional bonds have limited liquidity, making buying or selling them quickly challenging. Tokenized bonds, on the other hand, can be traded on secondary markets with ease. This liquidity enables investors to enter and exit positions more efficiently, promoting market efficiency. According to the data statistics shared by Dune Analytics in May of 2023, the tokenized bonds surpassed $200 million in market capitalization. With tokenized bonds, geographical boundaries are no longer a limitation. Investors from anywhere in the world can invest in tokenized bonds, facilitating cross-border investment and expanding the investor base for issuers. Blockchain technology provides a transparent and immutable record of transactions. Tokenized bonds leverage this feature, offering investors increased transparency into the underlying assets, payment flows, and ownership history. Tokenized bonds facilitate automation and efficiency. Smart contracts, an integral part of tokenized bonds, automate various processes such as interest payments and bond redemptions. This reduces administrative costs, eliminates intermediaries, and enhances operational efficiency. Tokenized bonds empower investors by giving them direct ownership and control over their investments. Investors can easily manage their portfolios, track performance, and make investment decisions based on real-time data. The transparency of blockchain technology simplifies auditing and reporting processes for tokenized bonds. It provides a clear and accessible trail of transactions, enhancing accountability and reducing the risk of errors. LCX Earn is a new asset class that merges the benefits of blockchain technology with the stability of traditional financial instruments. As tokenized subordinated notes, they provide a unique opportunity to diversify your investment portfolio. An additional advantage of LCX Earn is its regulatory compliance. Your investment is secured by regulators based on an approved security prospectus. With LCX Earn, you can put your crypto assets to work and earn a guaranteed 7% return annually. And yeah, I mean, this is great. Listen, I love to see the LCX ecosystem expanding like this. And again, they are already taking every step possible to make sure that they are up to regulatory compliance wherever they are operating. Within the US, listen, crypto has been scrutinized. I think that for the most part, the SEC has lost all the weight that they have garnished over the years. Today, more than ever, I think everyone looks at the SEC as pretty much a joke. As we do look at LCX and as we do look at some of these tokens that are being targeted by the SEC, I do think that they have a very bright future. Tokenization as a service, like I said, is a huge area of opportunity in the hundreds of trillions of dollars. And it does start in areas like bonds. And also, guess what? What do you see over here? Monty Metzger. The rise of asset tokenization revolutionizing financial markets. LCX becomes the first to launch revolutionary NFT project Timons, ensuring contractual enforcement and liability as physical validator. Trade real-world diamonds on the blockchain. Again, making history from the LCX side of things.
Welcome to Unpaired in Zug. It's an NFT gallery, and I'd like to show you to the Timens NFT show, which we just did today here at the end of the Crypto Valley.
I kind of mentioned a few things around time-ins. I really do hope that YouTube doesn't mute that audio. I know that they've been very strict with like muting just like random audio in videos. So I do apologize if that did get muted. Nonetheless though, yes, we see LCX really spearheading the move around a few things. Especially with tokenization. They're very adamant around how large tokenization will be. In fact, they already see the benefits of tokenization as well. We do see tokenization is revolutionizing the way we do business. Dive into the exciting realm of asset and transactional transformation. Discover the endless advantages, opportunities, and game-changing implications of tokenization. And here we have the rise of tokenization. They break it down over on Timens as well. It's a pretty significant thread, but it does kind of give you an in-depth view on just how big of a game changer tokenization is. But you guys already know from my past videos how big of a game changer tokenization actually is for the entire world. And as we do look at LCX today, like I said, we are very early on a lot of these gems. I think that as we look at LCX, at some point in time, this will most likely have $1 billion valuation tied to it, which would be at around roughly $1 off of some of these levels that we were buying at, going all the way back to those nice December lows. I'm telling you right now, December of 2022 was such an incredible time. At even just $1, which is again what I'm really kind of looking at, it's a 34x off of those lows, off of this area that I'm looking at, 4.5 cents basically. It's about a 21x. Now this is at $1 billion market cap. Can it go to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $10 billion market cap? 100%. But I would say, we need to clear the recent resistance. It's at around like 14 cents or so. Then we need to clear the high. The high is about roughly like 45.5 cents. I'm not going off the candle wicks like you guys already know. I've been mainly adamant about, hey, listen, candlesticks, they do matter, but candle bodies is where most of the resistance will be hit. As we look at that level, mainly what I'm looking at is, okay, how much hype is around LCX at that time? Where's the market at that time? Are we at oversold? Is everyone greedy, or sorry, overbought? Is everyone greedy? Things like that. As we look at the future, could I see a world where LCX is at a $10 billion market cap? 100%. Listen, most people that were buying BNB, let me go back to a little bit of an example. Here is BNB. You know, this thing took a few years. Like I said, 2017, 2018 was when Binance really became a big thing. And it wasn't until like 2018 where they really started to grow. But here you guys have 2017, 10 cents, hit about roughly $22 or so, continued sideways, all of a sudden, boom. The big boom of 2021, BNB almost hits $700. Today, this is still holding at about roughly a $30 billion plus market cap. I could see LCX, realistically speaking, going to about $5 billion in market cap. Of course, as we look at that, that's about a $5 LCX. If we went to a $5 LCX, we would be sitting at roughly over a 100x move off of those lows. I believe that LCX could hit these levels, but the problem is how long is it going to take? Is it going to happen in the next major run up? It could. It could be a shocker, but you shouldn't be dead set on those targets. I believe a fair valuation for LCX is anywhere between $1 to $3. That's $1 billion to $3 billion in market cap. And if it goes well beyond those targets, well then hey, I'll say this. If it went beyond my targets of $1 to $3, I would be extremely happy. But this is why we should prepare for any levels, and we need to make sure that we are aware of the risk after holding beyond an all-time high, because you never know when it's going to top out until you see the weakness grow. And when I say the weakness grow, I mean you see everyone getting extremely greedy, you see the market kind of weakening a little bit, and you start to see volume drying up. So make sure you are aware of those factors. I do believe that we could see one more stab at about roughly 4.5 cents. If we do lose this level, I will be targeting the next level, which would be about roughly 3 cents. I'm hoping that we get one more stab at 3 cents. And I know that sounds crazy, but in my opinion, it would be very, very incredible to buy those levels yet again. But ultimately speaking, I think that 4.5 cents is also a big move for the long term. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. This is up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.